Welcome to The Recovery Idiot. Please like and subscribe and visit therecoveryidiot.com. You can also follow us on Instagram and Facebook. We're still trying to figure out how TikTok works. The following contains explicit language and situations that some might find unsettling. Viewer discretion is advised.
All right, you've officially been warned. So if you're still here after all that, be prepared to be offended or upset. Don't know if any of this is working right. That's the whole point. And if it is working right, welcome to the first ever Recovery Idiot Live, brought to you by Keefy Coffee. You can buy your own bag of Keefy Coffee at therecoveryidiot.com or get it the old-fashioned way by going to prison like we all had to do. So I'm going to go check to see if all this is working. And in the meantime, please check out this wonderful live that was recorded by me, Shirley the Diddler, and Kevin McDicks. He is the person featured in the next full-length Recovery Idiot interview. But until then, find out just who ran over a priest and who got touched by a priest. And how did Kevin McDicks get alcohol? And why did it involve a homeless man's feet? There's just so much to unpack. So get ready, buckle in. Here is the Recovery Idiot Live with the Diddler and McDicks. Hell yeah, now it's a party. Competition. It's not.
No, it's not. But see, that's what I mean. Like 2000
I know.
people said, I want to follow this shit show of a guy and hear everybody talking about, sexual harassment.
No, that's illegal.
Not if everybody consents. It's not. It is.
No, that's the thing. I want to follow the rules.
Okay, so what are the rules? YouTube is much more lenient.
Yeah, and I put a warning label at the beginning of everything.
Exactly.
Like, I think that shows that I'm being professional.
Mm-hmm.
So at least I'm trying.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think this is like a counseling session, and I needed this. I need to be reassured that I'm going to be a big boy one day.
It's going to be fine, bro.
But it was so...
If all these guys can talk about how women are beneath them and all this fucking nonsense.
You mean like Andrew Tate people?
Exactly.
If I were to make money, I'll get some women beneath me.
I get it. I listen.
Why don't you start something like that where you talk about how men are beneath you? Take Andrew Tate's videos and just spit it word for word. Just as a woman.
Okay.
That would be awesome.
That's not a bad idea.
Check in, make sure I got everything. I don't want to mess with too many things because I don't want to screw things up. Like right now, everything's good. Except, what do you think is better, this or this?
I think it's better like this.
Like this?
Mm-hmm.
All right. I don't know what it's going to look like if there's 3 people.
It's just going to get smaller. But I think it looks better when there's multiple people.
Yeah.
You can see the person better.
Oh, I never sent this message.
Of course you didn't.
Because you popped up when I was doing it.
So it's my fault.
Did you see my shirt?
I think that's probably the most beautiful shirt I've ever seen in my life.
Professional, right? But now I notice when I'm like this, covered up. And I got a green screen. See it back there?
Yeah, I can see
it.
it.
Oh, that's my room. People are naked. Oh my God. And I can't put these up like this because then that...
I think it looks pretty cool like that, actually.
Like this?
Yeah, you kind of give like alien vibe.
That's my third breast. That's what gives off the alien vibe.
Listen, I think that...
Hold on.
I think that the responding McDicks.
What up?
Hey, finish what you're saying. The responding what?
I think that we should respond to him, but when he goes into baby mode, ignore it.
Who you guys talking shit about?
No one. It's all right. That won't be used anywhere. So me and Shirley are discussing what to do, and because I don't think we've all learned to not talk over each other yet, I don't think it should be 100% live, but everything we say I will cut up and put out as a live. We'll see what happens. But I was thinking someone could raise their hand like while someone else is talking, and then that'll be a sign. Okay, shut up, and it's the next person. You don't even have to raise it all the way. You just like give a little sign language. Do you know sign language? Did both you guys learn it in prison?
Never been to prison.
This one.
That could be that's your symbol.
That's the one that I know.
Yes, when you have something important to say, you cut in.
That's the only one. I mean, listen, it's worked so far. McDicks, how did it go with the interview?
How did it go?
Yeah.
It was fucking awesome. I was all over the place with it. In like my rambling and incoherent response. I hope something got out of it. I mean, it was more for entertainment purposes, more or less. But
Everything is for entertainment purposes. All
yeah,
of this.
yeah, there was very little recovery in that.
No. Okay, there was, and it was the most important part of recovery. It's that it's okay to be a fucking mess sometimes because it leads you to where you need to be.
Right.
And if I, a successful, smart, college-educated man, can trip and shoot heroin and smoke crack, and now I can be okay, that's all that matters.
Yeah, that's true.
it.
That's true. And here I am now, right?
And you haven't smoked crack today, right?
I have not.
Oh,
I have not. I haven't even thought about it. So that's worth something.
Full transparency, I have. And I never forget the day when I was getting my medallion and you were speaking, and my mom looks over to me and she goes, "Damn, he's tried everything, huh?"
Yeah.
And in my head, I'm like, so have I. I did not say that. I did not say that to her. But, you know, you ever have those moments when like somebody says like, yo, that's a really fucked up thing that person did. And you're like, yeah, you know, I've done worse, or I did the same thing, that type of thing. It was just like that. She looks over and she's like, he's done everything, huh? He's tried everything. And
There's
my
a couple of things I find out about that I haven't tried yet, and it does make me. I want to do the ayahuasca. Yeah,
let's do it.
that in the name of recovery.
In the name of recovery. So I really got into some things that not a lot of people know about me. I don't even think my wife knows about that kind of shit. So yeah, I never really had a chance to really get into the nitty gritty. And just like looking back at it, because when I left, I was like, fuck, was that good? Or was that just like a complete shit show of me really like letting everybody know just how mentally ill I really still am?
No, that's why it's good. I mean, that's the whole point.
Yeah.
I will
But
say
I had a lot of fun, and I think it really goes to show that I was clinically insane for a long time,
Mhm.
and I was able to fucking get around that shit and like build a life.
I think that's the most important part. That's the reason.
Yeah. It was like 95% complete shit of me just getting into it, and then the other 5% was like, oh, okay, yeah, so I'm sober now, and yeah, when I have time, I try to sponsor people. Yeah,
That's all we can ask for. I think that's perfect. And I can't show you my other screen right now, but I was currently editing it while I was waiting for Shirley, and it's just in the first 6 minutes. It's pretty fun.
yeah. I hope. I'm really excited to see it. I just hope that other professionals that I work with and my family doesn't see it.
Well, I think there's a low likelihood of them stumbling across
that's okay.
the recovery. But also, if they do, I mean, to me, that's a testament of how far you've come. That's the
and
thing
there's
with
really
everybody's
no
video.
identifiers too in there. I didn't say where I worked. I didn't really be very specific. And you can just like use my first and last initial or McDicks. I don't care. That's cool too, even though only like 3 people call me McDicks.
Yeah, I don't know how that will look in the thumbnail when people are scrolling and it says McDicks. They might think it's something else.
No, listen,
Just put my name.
the name alone, I would be like, I need to know who this guy is, and I need to know right now.
Yeah.
That's because you're a sexual deviant. Not everybody is. I'm hoping those 2.39 thousand people are normal.
No, that's not true. Everybody is. I just choose to wear it like a t-shirt. That's the difference.
So my point was that Mr. McDick, sir, was
Mhm.
over here Sunday and recorded an amazing adventure, the trials and tribulations of being a suburban kid outside of Chicago. And it was great. And then after all of it, texted me and said, you know what? I forgot about something. And the thing was, that something he forgot sounds pretty amazing. And I'd really like to know more about your friend that you described.
Yeah, so he certainly wasn't a friend, but a very important part of my story of, drinking and smoking in high school, right? Because I wasn't of age to buy booze, so somebody had to buy it for us. And, so I guess we can just get right into it. Because I took some time, like I said, reflecting on our Sunday adventure through my complete shit show of a upbringing at no fault of my family. My parents are great people, I promise you. And I'm definitely the black sheep of my family. But in high school, there was a gentleman that I got introduced to, and he was a really upstanding citizen. He lived behind the Best Buy in a tent next to the railroad track.
Oh, good times always on the road.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think he had some reasonable accommodations. It was underneath a tree, so he had some form of shelter and protection from the weather, right? And he also had a phone.
Oh.
So, he's obviously doing something right in life. They have a phone lit behind the Best Buy off the main drag in Crystal Lake, Illinois. To have just underage kids call and be like, "Hey, man, can you buy us alcohol and cigarettes?" Because this was back in the day where you could be 16 or 17 and almost 18, but not buy cigarettes. Now you have to be 21, which is fucking crazy to buy a pack of fucking cigarettes. It's nuts. But this, I'm a little bit older than a lot of these kids these days. You only had to be 18 to buy cigarettes, but none of us were. But I was legal to drive. I had a driver's license and everything at 16. It was great. And my lovely and caring parents decided it was great to give me a car right away. So I definitely used that car for some less than structured and desirable activities as a teenager and an adolescent. Anywho, so a lot of times we would, be thinking, hey, what are we going to do? We all got like $10-15. Let's go get a 30 rack of beer and some cigarettes, and let's all hang out and drink and drive and park up in apartment complex parking lots because it looks like a safe place to drink in my car. Just hang out, listen to music. Hopefully the car's battery won't die. But in order to get the booze, we always had to utilize that upstanding citizen who lived behind the Best Buy in a tent. His name was Homeless Rob. Yeah. But it was a really easy, streamlined process. We'd hit Homeless Rob up. He'd be like, "Hey, man, what's up? Can you buy us booze? We'll come pick you up. No big deal." Sometimes he would just maybe want a couple beers or maybe a few bucks. But a lot of times he didn't. A lot of times when he didn't want just a beer or two or a few dollars, and we would have another adolescent teenage girl in the car, he was all about it. He's like, "Yeah, come pick me up. Who you with?" That was always his first question. Who you with? It doesn't matter what we wanted or how much money we had. He just had to know who we were with. So we'd pick him up, and if we got a girl in the car, usually I'm with another friend or two, we'd pick up Homeless Rob wherever he may be. Sometimes he was behind the Best Buy. Sometimes he was at the train station. Sometimes he was just fucking hanging out in an alleyway. Who knows? But he always had his phone on him and it was always charged. And we'd pick him up. And, as soon as he got into the car, he had that homeless man musk. It was so powerful, dude. So powerful. And it would stick around for the rest of the day and then the day after. It wasn't putrid, but you can tell he's trying to mask his odors, right? You just know somebody's homeless when they just have this this culmination of so many different smells because they're just trying to cover everything up. It's usually cheap cologne and cigarette smoke and God knows what else. But
Axe body spray.
Yeah. I got caught up in that too. My wife tells me I should wear a cologne. I'm like, I'm not fucking doing that. Fucking 32 years old and I'm married with a kid. What the fuck do I need to wear a cologne for?
For her,
I want you to.
dumbass.
Nope. I don't need to be walking around smelling like that. She'll live. She's already too far in. She's too deep.
You're such a dick, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, McDicks is in a story. You don't interrupt.
No, I'm
fucking him.
sick of him.
So anyway, Homeless Rob would get in the car. I'd be like, all right, so this is how's it going to go? And he was very personable. He was a nice guy. His birthday was actually, he shared a birthday with Hitler.
Ah.
Yeah. His birthday was on 4/20. Yeah. Yeah. So the guy even had an ID. He was well-to-do, right?
Cool.
But if we were ever hanging out with a girl, this was Homeless Rob's only stipulation. He didn't want the money. He didn't want the booze. He didn't want a piece of anything. He just wanted to see some feet, just the feet. And it depended on the day. And his needs definitely morphed and they expanded, right? And and I feel really bad for some of the girls I was hanging out with. And remember, these are school age children. We're in high school. This dude's 40 plus. But anyway, man. So hey, if we're hanging out with a girl, didn't matter what she looked like, as long as she's got 2 fucking feet and 10 toes, he's good for it. I mean, he'd probably be cool if there's a missing digit or two, too. As long as there's feet. Yeah. So, and like I said, his needs evolve. Okay. So sometimes just seeing the feet wasn't enough. Let me preface, there was never any oral fixation. So that's a plus. That might have saved the girls from some emotional trauma. Right. But this is all happening in my Dodge Stratus and a white 4-door sedan with cloth seats. I'm driving, buddy's in the seat, girl's in the back with fucking a homeless dude. And she's getting her feet fucking caressed by this fucking old fucking crusty homeless dude. All in the name of alcohol and cigarettes.
Like he would massage the feet. He would touch
Yeah,
them.
yeah. Sometimes do play with the toes, pinching, what have you, what have you. And sometimes, and again, this happened on many occasions, right? We'd because we were obviously,
I said you always need alcohol and cigarettes.
Yeah,
so
yeah. So we're well on our way to becoming fucking alcoholics and drug addicts. But again, like we're only like 17 years old. We're just trying to have a good time on a fucking Tuesday afternoon after school. But yeah, sometimes like, hey, here's my feet, go buy us booze, we're good. Sometimes he'd ask for a few bucks and maybe a beer if only the feet was just visual. But if there was actual touching and caressing and manipulation of the feet and the toes, then he would be good for it. And sometimes we'd have to put on like a timer, because it's like, hey, dude, it's been several minutes. Like, that's sweet. You got to go get the booze now. And like I said, I do feel bad for some of these girls. I have recently just deleted my social media and my Facebook. I uninstalled it. I deleted or deactivated. I just uninstalled it and I actually feel a lot better. That shit's cancerous.
Yes, it is.
It is. It's bad.
Check out the Recovery Idiot on Facebook and Instagram.
Yeah, I'll just check it out on YouTube. YouTube's so good. But I see some of these girls that were victims of homeless Rob's foot fetish. And, some of them have many kids, many bastards, or they're grossly physically unwell, right? In terms of body weight and other factors. And not that there's anything wrong with that, but I think it might be strongly correlated to homeless Rob and my actions of, hey, show them your feet so we can get drunk.
I think that girls like that were on that path anyway. So if anything, you may have saved them from a much worse transactional interaction that these girls were bound to have with guys. I mean, they got multiple kids. Yeah, you know what happened. I was told once how babies were made. I think you guys know.
It's not with feet. But I sometimes I wonder what homeless Rob is up to today.
Do you remember his number?
No. You know what? I actually don't think that's actually a really good question. I might actually have his number now that I think about it. Because I don't delete numbers, dude. I don't delete numbers, and I've had the same phone number and the same AT&T account since I was a kid.
You still got the same MySpace page?
Probably. Do they delete that shit after an inactivity after so long?
Probably.
Probably. So that shit's probably long gone. That is the a major component of my my drinking career early on. Those were the early days, right? Homeless Rob.
So did this change the way you look at feet?
No, not at all. I get your fucking feet out of my face. I'm like down to do like a foot massage or whatever. And I mentioned to Leroy on Sunday that I got my first pedicure, which was fantastic.
That was going to be the big reveal for the video. McDicks gets a pedicure, and then it ends.
Right. So I didn't go in there immediately, go straight to other people's feet or anything. Hey, sometimes feet can be like the vessel to get me fucking drugs and alcohol. If I see some feet, I might correlate it to fucking booze. Who knows?
It's definitely that's probably one of the strangest alcohol related things I've heard. Sarah, my crazy redhead, her first experience with alcohol was trying to off herself in the psych ward at 14 and drink a bottle of liquid hairspray. And that was the first time she ever got drunk. So that's, I think, a little weirder because there's great bodily harm involved. But feet for beer, I mean, wow.
Yeah, like young women, young girls. This dude is at the earliest in his latter 30s, at the earliest, And I think that situation in the psych ward, that's just sad,
Oh yeah, it's horrible.
With homeless Rob, I think it's more entertaining.
No, if you hear her tell the drinking the hairspray story, it is very entertaining. Laugh about it now because she's kind of moved on to bigger and better and crazier things in the last 30 years after that.
Yeah, because the one and only time I was in a psych ward, involuntary, I wasn't there for visiting or for work or anything. There was blood. You could see blood in the closet from people trying to off themselves. That's just fucking scary, dude. Yeah. It's fucking scary. Those places aren't clean.
That's the depressing side of addiction we don't want to bring into existence. We got to look at the fun times. Like when I tried to off myself in jail and I failed miserably over and over again. And when I got caught, the CO comes in and sees me with my sheet wrapped around my neck, tied to the top bunk. He looks at me and he's like, dude, really? And like him being like, you're so stupid, you couldn't do this right. What is wrong with you? It like set something off in my head. I was like, yeah, what is wrong? Like, that's funny. If I had worked, I wouldn't be here today. Shirley, how many times you try to jump off a building?
Off a
Bridge,
building, never.
lay in front of a train.
Never.
You ever tried at all?
Yes, I was like 12 or something.
I don't count.
A bunch of pills. I took a bunch of pills, threw them up. It wasn't as exciting.
There's no hospitalization involved.
No.
That doesn't count.
It's a
Doesn't
good-
count.
There you
I
go.
remember I took all the acetaminophen and ibuprofen that was in my girlfriend's house, and I hid it, and I told her, it's like, yeah, I fucking swallowed all your fucking pain reliever. When in reality, I just like put it in like a separate Ziploc and hid it, and just so there was like fucking empty pain relief bottles all over the house. Yeah, the shit I did for attention. Yeah.
You were one of those, huh?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That is surprising, McDicks. I did not know that about you. But I just wanted to tell you guys something. So I have a surprise. We have Homeless Rob and we have Melissa, one of the girls that did Strange Things for Feet. They are waiting in the waiting room, and I'm going to bring them in.
Oh, where's that button? I'm looking for it.
Look at
I'm-
McDick's face.
I think trying to find him might be good. The only thing that make it bad is if we find out he's in prison because, like, he moved on to, like, worse things.
I'm kidding, McDicks. If I had known about this, but previously, I probably would have tried to find the fucking guy.
Homeless Rob.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's still hanging out somewhere in the suburbs of Chicago. I mean, dude, he's got to be like pushing 60 now.
Listen, and that proves my point that once a sexual deviant, always a sexual
Oh
deviant.
yeah. That shit just doesn't go away.
He wore like a t-shirt, and
But
Yeah.
it's weird, but it's kind of harmless. I don't understand the feet thing. Like, I've seen some pretty disturbing sexually deviant videos in my days, and like, I grew up on the internet with rotten.com, and I've seen some awful things. And like, I don't know, that I get seeking out like weird, bizarre stuff, like for fun, I get that. But feet, like I've seen like there's so many other parts you can do stuff with. Like, feet are disgusting. Like, they're always dirty. They're always sweaty. They have their own smell. Like, there's a reason why we cover them with socks and shoes, because feet are so disgusting. We give the world a double layer protection so they don't see them.
What are your thoughts on the toe jam?
I don't know if I want to ask, but what do you mean?
Toe jam, like when you wear a sock and you wear it all day, and then like little particulates of the sock are
I'm
stuck in between your toes.
definitely not going to rub some and go get beer for it.
Yeah. You think Homeless Rob maybe like collected toe jam?
There's
1,000%.
there's a guy on 4chan who's like, if you know what 4chan is, you're as disturbed as I am.
Oh yeah.
He collects his own semen, and he's got gallons of it, like actual bottles. And every year he posts an update on the same day showing how big his collection has got.
I wonder how many gallons is he up to now. How does he store it? Just like in gallon jugs, 5-gallon buckets?
He gets it into a little cup and then pours it into a bigger thing, like a Coke bottle or something like that. And like, it changes color over time, and
Right.
it smells so bad. What is the point?
Is it sealed?
Well, yeah, he closes the bottle up after it's done. I will
Yeah.
find out his name,
Yeah.
see if I can find pictures of it to add to this.
Don't send those to me, Leroy.
If I had my whole setup and I knew how to work it, I could do it right now while talking, but I have not gotten that advanced.
You're getting
But I-
there. You're getting there. You had
I
a pretty decent setup. It was very, very
Right.
novice level, but it got the job done. And I was glad to be a part of it.
Well, thank you for the insult. I appreciate it.
No, not insulting at all. I mean, you had the fucking
I'm kidding.
the control panel on top of a Jew.
The mensch on the bench.
The mensch on the bench. It's a nice aesthetic
Hold
to your studio.
Oh my God, I dropped Razor again. Shirley, talk about something. Why do this?
I have a feet story.
Oh,
Great.
yeah.
Listen, that the foot fetish thing is something that I never understood.
That's what I was saying
I
before.
find it very bizarre. And I, like most things, I have more questions. Like, I want to know when did you discover you like this? Like, what led to it? Like, I have lots of questions. Like, that's a person, we should try to find a guy that has a foot fetish, and I want to ask him just questions. But when I was working at this club in New York, this guy would bring me a bag full of socks, different colored socks, all different kinds of socks.
Individual toe socks?
No, some of them were individual toed, but they were just, regular socks. and he would come and he would give them to me. Like he was so proud of his fucking bag of socks. I thought it was great because for a while there I didn't have to buy any socks. Yeah, and then he'd want me to put them on and like, you know, walk around in them, and then he wanted to take the ones I wore home. It was a whole thing.
Were they laundered? Did he give them to you clean?
No, they were brand new.
Oh, they were brand new.
Yeah,
In the package.
Yeah.
He wanted the Diddler
package. The ones that he would get would be like the individual ones with like the cool patterns. Like we're not talking about dollar store socks. We're talking about, you know, these were nice patterns and like fucking designs and like all
unique.
That. Yes. So they were individual with the little tag and the little clip and, you know, whatever the fuck was on the fucking socks.
Were they knee high or
no, they were short
ankle socks.
Yeah.
I feel like me jumping on this and just talking about feet might really go to show like how much I know and how interested I am in different feet attire and
started your own movement.
Yeah.
But listen,
I don't have a fetish, I promise. It's
well,
you can ask my wife, it's okay.
No, we gotta pretend like she doesn't know what this is.
She can watch it. I don't give a fuck, you know. This just like one thing, you know.
So I gotta say this about Jessica. Jessica is very open about her life, and I've seen that about her.
I've seen some pictures that she thinks is hysterical of
I love it.
Gentleman on a toilet. And
she took that when we were on fucking vacation.
Yeah.
I'm sitting there fucking taking a shit and I'm at work. I'm trying to work. I wasn't at work, but I was working, going through work emails.
You were on your phone. You were scrolling on your phone.
On the toilet taking a shit, because I usually take a good half hour to 45 minutes on the toilet every morning. Like that's part of my routine. And she decided to take a picture of me. And we were in a cottage in Rochester, or right outside of Rochester. I think it's Irondequoit or whatever the fuck. Whatever dog shit part of the country she's from, that's where we were. Okay. You know. But yeah, no, I remember that.
Yeah, I that's really where I draw the line. When I have these juggalos and panda and all these idiots chanting "Show me your butthole" on videos, and it's like, no, that's it, I'm done. We got to keep it classy. Like, you want to play with feet in the back of a car, maybe they should be of legal age, but do your thing. But I don't want pictures on the toilet or no. I'm sorry, but I got to put my foot down somewhere.
Shit, man. I don't have the picture. I have the sticker.
You made a sticker?
It'd be too small.
Absolutely.
Like a physical sticker or like a text message sticker?
A text message sticker.
Okay. I was like, you didn't spend money on this, did you?
No, now that you put it out there.
Well, I can make all the stickers for free.
Exactly.
Well, not for free.
It could be part of my shtick.
Listen, my AA book needs that sticker. My big book needs it.
I would need a bigger version of it, not just the sticker. I need like the actual. I'm sure you got it. It was probably still in that messenger group.
I think that Jessica put that in the group chat.
Yeah,
I think she did.
And then that group dissolved as soon as a particular individual joined.
That particular individual seen tonight. Oh my God. Why are the people in my life so sucky?
We should start the group chat again, but just us.
I don't know. It's a little depressing because like half those people aren't around anymore.
Say every day, I don't want to be in this group chat, knowing he can take himself out of it, but he just
mute it. Just fucking mute it.
But he's fucking stupid.
Yeah, when he's funny though, he's funny.
Yeah, it's the energy of the hat.
You gotta take the hat off.
Yeah, it makes him the way he is.
It's okay.
I never thought about that, but
you know he's bald like me.
That's okay. Embrace it. I got gray hair. I don't give a fuck.
I never see him without a hat. The first time I saw him with no hat, I was like, "Oh my God, you're bald. Shave your head."
You didn't know that?
No.
The back of his fucking head, you can't tell he's bald?
Well, I'm usually not looking at the back of men's heads. I don't know what you're doing in these
meetings. I know this shit, bro. It's not like I'm staring at the dude's head, but like you talk to him and you see his fucking neck is like, it's not that hard to put two and two together, Leroy. But then again, it is you. So
I consumed a Home Depot bucket full of Quaaludes over the course of a year. Okay. I have no short-term memory. I have some long-term memory, which is shocking, but it's very good once I remember. 20 years from now, I'll remember this night perfect. But like last week or this morning, no. Besides the Quaaludes, Xanax and Klonopin for 19 years. My brain, if you do a CAT scan or an MRI, there's parts missing. I don't want to hear shit. about looking at some guy's head. Now that we have discussed the legend of Homeless Rob, I thought Shirley wanted to ask a question.
Yeah, I had a couple questions, but you know what?
Some follow-up questions about homeless Rob?
So you know
No,
what's
not
you
us.
know what I think is a great idea is doing like a follow-up to the podcast, because there's like I remember leaving and remembering like fuck, I should have talked about this. That's fucking hilarious. Like, did I talk about hitting the priest in the car? I think we and Kyle.
No,
Do you
I
remember
don't think so.
remember the kid Fernando that went to the meeting that one time that I introduced you to? My friend Fernando from Miami?
You talking about me?
Yes. He was at the DAA meeting. He only went once.
What did I just tell you about short-term memory?
Oh, well, he was in the fucking accident. And
You
he
hit a priest?
split his head open. Yes. I was fucking
Like, was he crossing the street? What?
No, I was on ecstasy. And I had to take my friend home because we were in high school at this point. Her mom wouldn't let her stay over, whatever. And I had to take her home. It was raining. And I swear to God that I saw a green arrow telling me I could go left. I fucking go left. And I remember I'm driving the car. It was my dad's Pontiac Bonneville. And I remember right before I hit him, I remember saying, what is this guy doing? Because I thought I had the right of way. And I fucking hit him head on. And then the cop later told me that the guy was a fucking.
Was he on the run from touching boys?
I
That's
mean-
horrible. That's a bad stereotype.
That's not horrible.
I'm
These
sure-
are facts.
I'm
These
sure
are
some of them
facts.
touch girls. I shouldn't be so judgmental.
The statistics are 8 out of 10 touch boys.
No, I went to Catholic school, so what does that tell you about me?
It tells me that I want to give you a hug.
You know
Touch-
what? I was
Okay.
touched by a priest. I was touched by a Monsignor.
For real?
Yes, I swear to God. I had to go to this, what do you call it? CCD every Wednesday. You go
Yeah,
to the church and you have these classes. And you make
Christian
your
character development?
I
That's
don't
what
know.
it's for?
I have no idea. But
That's
then
what my daughter does, yeah.
to make her confirmation and her catechism. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, CCD, Christian character
Yes.
development.
Yes, I did that.
And look
The
look
last-
what it brought to look where look what happened to you.
I did it too. I did it too.
I didn't do any of that shit, so we're all
So
fucked.
listen,
Doesn't matter.
my grandmother on my father's side was like super religious. Just that's all she talked about. She didn't curse. She never lied. She was absolutely perfect. She liked throwing the N-word around, but she never cursed. And she was so into the Catholic religion. I think that's part of the reason why they forced me to do it. So when I made my catechism, they came down to see me, or confirmation, whatever the last one. And we're all outside after doing this ceremony and doing all this weird stuff. And I come outside, and the Monsignor is like walking through the crowd, and like he's just, good job, everyone, good job, whatever. And then grabs me by the head, and like, you know, old people do that thing with your hair, like, hey, kiddo. He did that to me. And my grandma said, oh my God, the Monsignor blessed you. You're going to have such a good life. I went to the dentist like a week later, and it was on the radio that the Monsignor died.
Wow.
So I think it's from touching me. And instead of having a blessed life, I was cursed. And I never forget that day where my grandma said I was going to have such a blessed life. And it's been fucking downhill ever since that moment. So yes, I was touched by.
On the head, bro. I'm thinking like this motherfucker.
I'm sorry he couldn't go for my feet like some other guys do.
No, but the way that you worded it, I was like, Leroy.
No, that happened with other things.
Okay.
But save that for another conversation. In conclusion, I'm very pleased with the way everybody can speak, because when me, you, and Kyle were doing this, it was just nonstop talking over each other. And now I'm realizing I think that was Kyle.
You gotta listen.
I scream at meetings all the time about listening to God, listening. If I were to take this, well, I am going to do something with it. But if we just did this another time and just hit that live button, it goes out to the world and there's no coming back. So if you're down, I'm down. It was a good practice.
This isn't live. This isn't recording, or this is
Yeah, no,
recording.
this
It's not
is-
live.
This is
No.
recorded, but I'm going to
So-
cut out some parts and then package it together. Touched by a priest and homeless feet, Rob.
And then you gotta find a good song that
Touched by a trusted adult.
No, who hasn't?
who trusted Rob? He was
I did. He bought his booze. I trusted that man to go in there and come out with a fucking bottle of whatever, or a pack of cigarettes, or a case of beer. And I trusted him with my money. This is back in the day where $20 would fucking get you far.
Yeah.
You know, $20. You can't buy shit with $20 anymore.
You can buy like 4 White Claws.
What Who the fuck drinks White Claws?
I don't know if I can say it, but the word starts with an F.
I think that shit got popular when I got sober, so I never fucking fell into that trap. But
It's like
anytime I drank something with fucking, is there sugar in it?
I have no idea.
Or
I've
is it
never
just like
drank
seltzer?
one. I think so. You remember Zima, Shirley? Or were you too young?
No, I guess I was too young.
Well, Zima was this like clear alcohol that was real fruity and only girls drank it. So like we'd go to parties in high school and whatever girl I was in love with at the time, I'd have to buy her some Zima.
Mm.
And I
Okay.
tested it a couple times. It was disgusting. But I think White Claw is just a reincarnation of Zima.
What about UV Blue?
What the hell is that?
It's like a flavored rum or vodka. It's
That's
blue.
too highbrow for me.
I looked up what it is. It says it's made from a blend of seltzer water, gluten-free, malted alcohol base, and fruit flavor.
And a touch of homosexuality.
And 51% sugar.
51% sugar. Holy shit.
1% sugar.
I can't do sugar and alcohol, man. This shit gives me a headache. Unless you're drinking like whatever the fraternities make, where they make it in a big ass fucking tub. Like the pink panty dropper. You guys know what I'm talking about? The jungle juice?
I know jungle juice. but I
Jungle
don't know.
juice, yeah. They put like fucking just like pounds of sugar in that bitch. Everclear and like Kool-Aid or some shit. And then, probably rum and all that other fucking,
Walk
whatever. But
around with a gallon container, just drinking
that
it
shit
all
gets
day.
you fucked up after like 3 cups, dude.
Sure, anything can get you fucked up after 3 cups.
Sure, but it's the way like the sugar interacts with the alcohol. But there's like it's made in mass quantities. Again, like a giant fucking tub.
A tub
And,
that people put their dirty feet in.
No, like a fucking storage bin or some shit.
Oh, I think about like an.
We're
actual
talking
bathtub.
like dozens and dozens of gallons. Yeah. Or like if you go to the fucking fair and they have that one game where you throw the ball and it's got to stay in the bucket, but it always fucking bounces out of it.
Of
It's like
course.
one of those tubs.
Good
Yeah.
to know when I join a fraternity. It might happen. I've been to a frat party once. I got beat up because I peed in their dryer. I was dating this older girl. She was like 21, and I think I just turned 18. So we went up to Rutgers. I was actually born in New Brunswick. If I didn't become a career criminal, I would have loved to have gone to Rutgers. So she takes me to this big fraternity party, and these are like, I have my skateboard. I'm a punk rock kid. I'm at a fraternity party. And I was like, these people suck, but there's beer everywhere. And I got real drunk, and I took her into this like laundry room to make out. And she turned around and talked to her friend, and I peed in the dryer. And all I remember is getting dragged out by like so many people. I took so many punches that day. But then we went back to her house and banged. Her name is Michelle Katzera. She'll look her up and ask her if she remembers. I haven't thought about that name in 30 years.
Bring her on.
See? Long-term memory, bitches. I think you need to write down whatever questions we talked about.
I have them written down, but McDicks
Yeah,
answered
but
to
we
them.
just like spend an hour talking that I can use for something. Need to save it for, like you said, a follow-up. We wait till his video's done. We can talk about his video.
Okay.
And then we can always just do whatever. Now that I got this figured out, it's one step closer.
I will say this though. There's not a lot of times I'm excited for a video, and McDicks is one that I'm excited for, just because knowing him as a person and what a great fucking storyteller he is.
Yeah, it is. It's
Fucking
like
wild stories, his wild stories. This one's exciting.
like the McDicks version of Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas would be an unbelievable movie. There's so many things you don't see coming. And all this. And this is when things got weird. It's like, oh, really?
This is what
They're just getting weird now? Because they've been weird for several years right now.
I think McDicks is the only guy in the rooms that was in a fraternity. Now that I think about it,
No.
no.
And again, like the whole fraternity deal, that's not even real. Like, I technically
Weren't you there
was
for
it-
a while, and then they're like, "Dude, you got problems?"
right.
Or you
So
were
it was. I got accepted, but then they blackballed me like 2 weeks after, like a month after I got accepted. So I still get emails from that fraternity and the larger fraternal order, not the actual fraternity house at Northern Illinois, but yeah, they always want money.
I think my friend James might have been in a fraternity. He's the other smart person, the other smart, successful person in Recovery Idiot 3. He's a lawyer. He's very successful. We ended up at Blake's house together. And the first time I was introduced to him, my friend was like, yo, did you meet James? He's a lawyer. I said, that motherfucker's not a lawyer. Why people always got to be talking shit, acting like there's something they ain't? You know, the halfway house. Everyone does. Well, he's actually a lawyer. I meant to bring it up earlier. His wife watched the video after he told me, I don't care. You can watch it. Oh, he was in trouble. He didn't even say anything that bad, but he's sort of a sociopath. So he explained how, like, whether his marriage works or not, he kind of does whatever. It'll be all right. That's not a direct quote, but it was something like that.
Fucked up.
James doesn't show emotion, so sometimes he'll say things that are like really disturbing, and it comes out as the same, like, "How you doing?" That's part of his charm. All right, so write down those questions.
Gotta watch the video first.
Well, okay, that's fine. That'll give me more time to set everything up.
Okay.
But it's going to take me days to work on that video.
Yeah.
And I haven't had many days. I worked 12 hours yesterday. I worked 11 hours today. And I chaired a meeting. My eyes are barely open. I don't have time to deal with bouncy nonsense where there hasn't been tantrums.
I get it.
The first year is easy. Try making it to year 2. Why so many people don't. All right, Shirley, you got homework. We all got homework. Thank you for being here. Now we got to get rid of McDicks, and then we got to go back to our business meeting.
I'm still at work right now. This fucking sucks. How do you spell lens?
Lens, like a looking through lens.
Yeah. Just Lens, right?
Lens, yeah.
Thought there was an E at the end of it. Well, hey.
There is. If it's.
Dicks, I need a job. I need a job that pays more.
Would you like to do
join the fucking club? And I want a wife that doesn't, or you know what? Just cut that. I want a lot of things, right? But you know how much I pay for fucking health insurance where I work at for me and my wife? $850 a month.
Jesus. You can afford it.
I can't afford it. That's the thing.
Okay, I'll tell Jessica to catch you on the toilet again and send it.
Please don't.
I thought it was great. I sent it to multiple people.
Yeah, she actually called me. I gotta call her back. She's probably wondering why I'm not home.
All right. Well, thank you for playing. Thank you very much.
No, thank you for the invite. I was going to ask you, do you have like a roundabout time? I know you said probably like a couple weeks at least.
I have not a couple weeks. I really have no idea because I'm so screwed at work right now. I wanted to reflect the quality of the stuff that was told. I'm not going to rush through it. There's many I have rushed through.
Well, thank you, because I was a long time coming. I know we've been meaning to do that for months.
We work on God's time, not our time.
If that's what you want to call it, sure.
That motherfucker is something else, bro. He is something else. And listen, I say that about very few people, and McDicks is a totally different type of fucking dude.
There's going to be a whole new fan base for McDicks.
That's going to be a great interview because the shit that I've heard of pieces and here and there, and when he's shared and all this shit, like he had my 17-year-old son fucking dying of laughter the day I picked up my medallion.
There will be a preview of McDicks when this gets released first. I just got to figure out how to do it.
What does his song look like?
You know, not everyone gets a song. That's a long fucking process.
Are you gonna do one for him, or you don't know?
I don't know. I might. Depends.
It doesn't have to be fucking a long song.
I know, but I don't know how to operate like that. That's the last song I just did for Blake. Like, it only took me a couple hours, and I was like, I could have done this, and I could have done a live action thing, and I could have put our heads on this and that. Like, to get started, I can't stop. My OCD, ADHD, ADS, whatever I got takes over. This is why I need a team. I need an editor. I need someone on Instagram that doesn't get bad. I got so many business cards that are just worthless now because I got to print the new.
God.
I got to print the new Instagram. But it's okay. If you look up one, I think the other one shows up. Well, it does.
Yeah, it did for me too. When I looked it up, it was a suggestion.
All right. That's all we can do in recovery is take the suggestion. I'm going to try to do it different. But damn, feels good when you post something and 80,000 people see it instantly. Like, that's a rush. I think maybe that was the problem. God's teaching me a lesson. Chasing that dopamine. Now I got to go back to one with no view.
I can't believe that shit happened, bro.
It was a wild ride.
All the work that we did, we put into it.
What's amazing is the things I worked on the least would get like the most views and shares. Like the memes I make myself that I spend time on, like a couple of them got, a lot, but it's like some stupid thing I have from 5 years ago. I was like, I got nothing else to post this. Boom, 12,000 likes. It makes no sense. That stupid video that got over 1 million views. I'm on nothing, sir, guy. That thing's been stolen by so many people that have it on their pages getting millions and millions of views. And I made it. I mean, I stole it, but I made it by stealing it.
You repackaged it. You didn't steal it. You repackaged it.
I'm not going to be sad. I'm not going to be upset because the name has gotten out there. That's what matters. If people never knew of the Recovery Idiot, and now they do because they seen the old Instagram, hopefully they'll remember the new one. And the whole point of the Recovery Idiot is to get these videos out that help other sick and suffering people know that there's hope for them, because all of us have transformed our lives. And that's what's important. It's not having 2.5 million views in 30 days. That's not important. That feels awesome, though, and I want it again. But that's not important. Not doing God's work.
How much did we get to? How many followers did we get to?
8,000.
And we didn't smoke meth at the 5,000.
See, that's another thing. I made a lot of promises I didn't keep. Said if we got to 5,000, we'd do something. Then I said if I get to 6,000, I'm going to put the shirts up. And then I got to 7,000, and every time I just set the goal line further and further. I wasted a momentous opportunity. I don't think that's a word. All right, I'm gonna go.
I want to ask you something, and I want you to take it off of recording.
Okay, go ahead.
It's still recording, dumbass.
Yeah, but if I end, then that's it. I don't know if we'll still be here. As a very wise person told me once, every time I tried to save somebody and pull them out and stop them from doing bad things, and every time I'm telling them, no, 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 he looked at me and he said, who are you to deny somebody their rock bottom?
Oh, shit. Who said that?
I forget. I really do forget. It was somebody I looked up to, like Geo Sponsor or somebody like that. It was somebody who was very smart and had many, many years. And it's something I'll never forget, but I forget who said it.
I mean, that's true because, I mean, at the end of the day, that's how we learn is by...
You're only going to be done when you're done.
Exactly.
Not somebody else's interpretation of, oh, that was bad. I can't believe he did that. You have to feel it. You have to have life so good and you blow it again to maybe finally listen if you survive. Hold on. I just wanted to try one thing. I didn't even do any of this. I didn't make an opening. I didn't do anything. But I want to see what this looks like. I think this really... Can you hear that?
Yeah.
I met a girl who's broke and thirsty, mentally unstable, and knows how to hurt me.
Like, I'm not just saying it because it's me and I made it, but I would listen to this song all the time. The lyrics are just amazing. Like, it's
great.
And it's catchy. I don't even like country.
Nothing serious, she's just looking for fun. She has 4 children and custody of none. She has to take classes for her DWI. Serenity prayer tattooed on her thigh. One step away from prostitution. She's been to jails and institutions. Always has a Red Bull and a menthol 305. Narcan is the reason she's still alive. She likes the bad boys because of her pops. She prefers Molly over the crack rocks. From the wristband down to her socks. I love the new girl that I met in detox.
So, funny story. I wrote this about Daniel's girlfriend. You know that girl he's at meetings with all the time?
Yes.
But he's made it a year somehow. And I think it's just to spite me. Which I'm fine with.
It works. Fucking, I was sober all this time. I said it. I left that part out in my share, but it was to spite my mom and it was to spite Gio.
All right. I'm going to run out of fucking space. We will speak again soon. Thank you very much. This was a major step in my life.
All right, Leroy.
We will do great things.
Love your head. Bye.
I don't know how to end things. That's...
Welcome to The Recovery Idiot.
All right. I can make one.
Please
that
like
says,
and subscribe
"Thank you.
and visit
Please come again."
therecoveryidiot.com. You can also follow us on Instagram and Facebook. We're
Oh.
still trying to figure out how TikTok works. The following contains explicit language and situations that some might find unsettling. Viewer discretion is advised.
I guess, technically. God damn it! Like the third fucking time.